One of the key capabilities across different implementations within Azure is the auto scale capability. And in web applications, web apps, it's really, as I've said on several different things, really easy to do. And so I can define a web app as long as I'm at the standard tier or above that auto scales. And you can see that you've got a variety of metrics that you can auto scale by. So you've got what you would expect as probably the most common CPU and memory, right? But you've also got things like HTTP queue. That's pretty cool. So if you've got queues of requests building up, then that's something that even if maybe you've got a lot of I/O for certain requests, not necessarily high CPU, but it's still going to cause a queue. You've got that. Also data in, data out, which I just checked in opposite order. And you can see also disk queue. So there's a lot of different metrics that you can use to auto scale. And it's actually pretty easy to do. And I've got a screenshot here of how you would set your auto scale. So here I've got auto scale, and in this case I've got CPU percentage. Okay, so that's one of the auto scale settings. This is actually, I think, so big. I'm going to show you this in demonstration in just a moment as well, so you can see it in a broader picture. But this gives you a good insight as to the basic idea. And there's two things. When you do auto scaling by performance, you've got a range, right? And so that's going to be the minimum number of instances that are ever running and the maximum number. Keep in mind, when you are running multiple instances, you are being billed for multiple instances. So don't just set that up to 10 and say, hey, we're covered, because then you're probably using more resources than you actually need to use. That's kind of the whole point behind auto scale, generally using the resources that you need when you need them. Anyways, back to the story. So I have a minimum number of instances and a maximum number of instances, and you also have your scale values, right? So my target scale range is between 60 and 80. And if I go below 60%, then it's going to scale back down to my minimum number. If I go above 80%, it's going to scale up until I hit the maximum number, right? So at any given time, my performance is going to be between 2 and 5 instances in this case, right? So if I'm sitting at 70% utilization with 3 instances, that means that's exactly the right number of instances because I'm in my target performance range, and I'm in the range of the number of instances that I'm willing to have either high or low.